everybody, welcome to Articlave. Little village, little gem, little gold spot right here on the north coast. We're situated on the A2 coastal route, situated between Coleraine and Limavady. Coleraine's about 3 miles that way, Limavady's about 8 miles that way. As you can tell by the traffic, it's a pretty busy spot. So, why Articlave? Let me tell you, I live here. So, I think it's about time I did a video on the place where I live. It's not big. Our population here is about 1,000 people according to the 2011 census. It was 922. It's fair to say it's probably grown since then. We have 2 convenience stores, or shops, if you want to call them. 2 petrol stations, we have a Chinese, we have a fish and chip shop, we have 1 dog kennel, 1 dog groomer, several B&B, 2 churches. For a small place, it's got quite a lot going for it. So we pack up here and head that way into the village and see what we've got. I think so. Okay, so we've literally only just crossed the road from the floor bed across there. Just go across to get this view. A couple of things of note. The big dunes over in the distance there, that is the Van Valley, where the Van flows into the sea, just to the left of these trees, behind the cottages. Over here to the right, you can see the built-up area of Port Stewart. Port Stewart Golf Course, which would be just behind that big house there. Now, the cottages over here on the left-hand side, the extreme right one, that's my home. Just on the outskirts of the village here, first thing we come to basically, the Articlave River. This little river, if you look at it on a map, it follows a serious amount of twists and turns before eventually coming into the River Van, just about locals would call Dugan's Bay, Barmouth. It's the second of 3 bridges. The first bridge is just up there, about 200 yards or so. Flows under the river flows under the Scots Road. Down over here on the Ardina Road, there's a small humpback bridge which takes you over the river here for the 3rd time. We're making its merry way down to the van. Not a lot of wildlife to point out here. So we just put a tree trunk down for a bridge here. Definitely not going to try that. Beyond me these days. Right, we're going to make our way up into the village a little bit further towards the Orange Hall and the first of the bus stops. Now, you'll have seen on the road signs back there, Cloth Workers Society being mentioned. Now, again, I'm no expert, but back in the plantation in the early 1600s, all the different societies from London granted themselves a piece of land. And this area around here, Articlave, was taken by the cloth workers. Nearby McGilligan and other places in Boston, you have the jewellers and the drapers and various other professions. Now, if we look down here, see the remnants of an old mill house situated on the Ardicliff River, and then across the road, a more recent version, again built on the river. I would imagine the wheel was at the back of this house. This was empty for quite some time, and there's only recently been indications that there might be people moving back into it again. But yes, it's fair to say that this area was been heavily involved in quite probably the linen trade. And down here we can see Rockmount Gardens and Wood End Park, which we'll see more of later on. Home of LOL 1017 and Ardicliff Flip Band. Okay, now that we've come this far, we will, I think we'll take a run down Ardina Road, down to the Humpback Bridge, the bottom of the green, and with any luck get the drone up for a few shots over the village. So come with me, let's go this way. I did tell you about Ardicliff's Little Chinese, and this is it, sunshine. This is the derelict mill house, what's left of it. Home to these furry brethren here. Everybody's wondering, but nobody's going to come asking. Yeah. Another old mill house. Hello. This is the third bridge we were talking about, the Humpback on Ardina Road. The last of the three bridges. In the village that the Ardicliff River flows through. Just a little bit deeper here, but still no signs of any fish. Okay, so now we're on the Sconce Road, leading out of the village towards Limavady. And this is where the Ardcliff River passes under this road. The first of the 3 bridges. Just looking back up the hill. New block of apartments going up. Affordable housing, whatever you want to call it. You can just see St Paul's Church in the distance. But yeah, this might be a good wee river for smaller trout. Definitely not a salmon river. So let's carry on. We're up here now, what many people would call the heart of the village. Got the old tavern, village tavern pub over here. And next door to that used to be the village tavern restaurant, the tavern restaurant. Sadly now closed. Too costly to keep going, so the business folded. Next door we have St Paul's Church, Church of Ireland. Cars, one of the 2 shops, and Eco, the attached filling station. Now over next door to Cost Cutters, you have Flawless, a hairdresser, and Checkers fast food. Now, 2 seriously busy places when it comes to it. Okay, St Paul's Churchyard. Few familiar names. First one we come to here is a Pope. My mother and maiden name was Pope. Right away we find this one. Right next to the road. Castle Rock headstone. The headstone of this grave is of local historical importance, commemorates the burial of 8 members of the crew of the brig Trader of Greenock, who perished when the ship sank near the Castle Rock under Freehall on the night of 24th November 1826. The Castle Rock was a very tall rock on the beach at Castle Rock, which, like all the rocks, has become covered up by sand washed in over the years, following the construction of present piers at the bar mouth in the 1930s. This is the earliest known reference to the position of the rock, which was to give its name to the new village of Castle Rock, found some 30 years later after the arrival of the railway from Limavady to Coleraine. And the stone itself says, "To the memory of Robert Castle, Master, John Jameson, supercargo and 6 sailors who perished in the brig Trader of Greenock near the Castle Rock under Freehall on 21st November 1826. This is all everything that I've read off that, and then the very last line says they are here interred. And here's a question. Morale. There are names on that headstone, and there are a further Robert, Nancy, Martha, another Robert, John, that's 5, Samuel, 6, also Samuel Morrell, 27th December, hard to make out, but looks like 1890. So 17 or 18 names, are they all in here? Bit strange because all of everything's in reverse order. The first person buried is listed last. Presuming the exact location of the grave isn't known. I've seen this on war graves, war cemeteries in the Somme, where it just lists on the stone that he's buried somewhere within this graveyard. Like this one, but the exact location's just not known. Rest in peace, Benjamin Work. Here's something that really only locals will know. At this church hall here, this used to be the village school back in its day. I think as far as legible date stones are concerned, this has to be probably the oldest, certainly the oldest I've found so far. 1793. Probably not a surprise when you consider that the cloth workers were here in the early 1600s, and I'd say it's fair to say that the village was around for a lot longer than that. Okay, our next stop, the Mark Memorial Hall, built in 1908, and this is the church hall of First Dumbo Presbyterian Church. This one has special relevance because it's where me and the good lady wife get spliced. Alright, hooked up, whatever name you want to call it. That's where the deed was done, in there. 11th of March 1993. $30 ago, still going strong. First Dumbo and its attached graveyard. Again, quite a recent building, not even 100 years old yet, 1936. Coming into the newer part of the village now, this is all, I don't know, what do you call it? It's all residential. And all probably within the last 30 to 40 years, less. This house over here, with the ivy up the side, this is Fido Sassoon, that is our local dog groomer, Chris Dickey. Okay, while we're here at First Dumbo, got one grave here of personal relevance. Maybe not so much me, more Laura, my wife. This is the Callahan family plot. James Callahan died 16th of June 1927, would have been her great-grandfather. And his son, Corporal William John Callahan of the 58th US Infantry Regiment, killed in action in France, 6th October 1918, aged 27. Well, he would have been a brother of the lower down there, Robert. Robert was Laura's grandfather. William John was her great uncle. And we went to visit his grave out in France 2 years ago. I'll throw a picture of that in here now. So yeah. Callahan family plot. This is what I call Speeder's Alley. 30-mile-an-hour section, all the way up. Far end, you can just about see the speed limit signs. But people come over that hill and they see a long straight stretch of road and put the foot down. And sometimes just round this bend here, police are waiting for them. You must be heading the Articliffe International Airport. So here we are again on the A2, just near the other end of the village. It's been a wee while since I sat on this bench, but the trees and bushes have grown considerably in the last 2 years. They are blocking, you can just about see the River Bann through the gap in the trees there. And just further beyond the river is the Harbour Hill, Port Stewart, just there. Not the bright sunny day that was forecast that I was hoping for. We've seen a lot more. There again. We have very left hand side is our house. Right, over here beyond the hedge is the Atlantic. I'm sorry, but that's going to be as good as it gets for views today. See down the way. Just over here we have our Maxwell station, our second petrol station and second shop. We have a co-op Costco at one end of the village, and we have a Maxwell Spar at this end of the village. So there you have it. That is Articliffe in a nutshell. From one side to the other, roughly about a mile. That's not 30 miles an hour. Anyway, going to finish it up here. Not much more I can tell you. 2 shops, 2 churches, 2 petrol stations, and a shippy and a pub. Post office, it's got everything we need. Certainly, as far as I'm concerned, it beats living in the town. So, if you've enjoyed, leave a like or a comment and click on subscribe. please. You'll find some other videos maybe worth watching. And not much more to say than see you in the next one. Cruising along past Fairview Park. We're going to turn right, go down through Rockmount Gardens, back onto Ardina Road. Go Rockmount Gardens. We'll just go nice and slowly through here. Give you a chance to maybe pick out some houses that you might know, Patricia. Soggy. Not a big place by any means, but tight knit. Probably the best way to describe Hardycliff. There you go. And we're back on Ardina Road. Take long, did it?